Okay, back we come for the third quarter at half-time. 10 goals, 10, 70 points on the board to the home side, Bannockburn. They are leading the Amateurs 1 goal forward, 10. GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard flashing on the screen. Just been in talking to a few of the old past players. Barry from Bannockburn. Gee, they're enjoying the day out here today. And half of them don't know what the score is either.
No, they wouldn't be worried about the score.
That includes our brain.
Who?
He's having a good day, isn't he?
Our brain. Yeah, our brain. Not sure what the score is, but he said, gee, it's a good day.
I thought it was L brain.
Which brain?
Lost brain.
Which brain?
Well, the good part is for the people out there at the Queen of the West, he'll be back here calling the last quarter with me. Barry has to toodle off pretty quickly at three-quarter time, and our brain will be up here, and I just hope he can see to call the game. Be pretty interesting stuff, but the third quarter's coming up before then. Amateurs really need to show a bit of heart and fight back and put a few goals on the board to give their supporters some encouragement.
Right, the bounce of the ball in the centre. Up they go. Tapped down there by Bannockburn. Here's a chance for Amateurs. Oh, they get in each other's road. Rowas kicks the ball off the ground. Chance there for Tillman, but he's beaten for it. Going through strongly is Andrew Smith from the Amateurs side. A high kick back towards centre wing, but sitting underneath it, taking a mark, is Horny Blow for the...
he juggled that one, Basser.
For the Bannockburn side. Straight up he should go, which he does. Swings round towards a half-forward flank at good mark, taken in defence. So for the Amateur side,
Ben
and
Reynolds.
It's been taken by Ben Reynolds.
Yeah, he's been a trier down there, no doubt about it, but he's been under weight of numbers. He kicks towards centre wing, up, the back goes bent, knocked the pack clean over. Oh, they've knocked one another over here. The Amateurs, you wouldn't believe they can't do anything right. Here's the best man on the ground, Tillman getting the hand pass out wide, spills free. Andrews comes in, cleverly flicks the ball back into play. Needs Malakalis for assistance. Malakalis then runs into Andrews, but Malakalis good enough to get the hand pass across. Teammate, quickly, long hand pass to his running past there in Peter Klingon. Couldn't gather in at the right time, though. But and out of bounds she goes.
Was it a hand pass or was it a float? He
float,
handballed it in the air. Anyway.
Okay, Tillman takes it out of the air easy as you like. He's played a grand game. Fires up the hand pass to number 69 of Butch Shaw. He goes up towards the centre of the ground. No markers taken. Little hand pass out of the pack for Bannockburn. Can they run it down? They can because Corey Flanagan's got it. Chips the ball in towards half forward towards Henderson. Taken away from him by Thompson. Thompson's hand pass over the top. Goes towards centre wing. Amateurs try to bounce something here. Kick the ball down towards the forward line. Oh, good mark taken. Diving with a footy at that stage. And the player taking the mark there is Peter Klingon.
Klingon kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Stewart, good use of the body.
Lovely
good
mark.
Use of the body.
Well, at least he was one out on that occasion. The ball was, he had the chance. Every time they've kicked it to him, he's had about 5 thumping over the top of him, this player. Obviously, Bannockburn done the homework there, bro. Let's not criticise their tactics. Very good, but at that time, Klingon kicked the ball to him. He was one out against Woodman, and on that occasion, he was too good, was Stewart.
Yes, good use of the body as he comes in now.
Same place he missed one for before, Barry, too.
He's got this one.
He's got this one right, straight over the top of the goal umpire's hat. And the Amateurs have got the first goal of the third quarter. And players come from everywhere to congratulate him, showing a bit of spirit. That's what they need to do. Maybe they can't win the game, but they've certainly got to fight it out. And full points goes on the board there to Stewart. Amateurs go to 2-4-16 on the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard for the third quarter. Bannockburn 10-10-70. 20 goals, 20 shots per goal. Plays 6, Barry Walker. That tells the tale of the game.
Yes, it does, but at least Amateurs are trying, they're getting in for the ball this quarter. It was good play here, Malakalis on the centre wing to get that down to Klingon, and Klingon got it across. Stewart, good use of the body, resulted in a goal.
We've just been shown the result of the raffle. F33 won the raffle, Barry. You didn't get that one?
No, it's not me.
I didn't get that one either.
Anyway, umpire back in the centre, comes in. Puts the ball to turf, a good bounce. Ruckman fly, Bent gets a tap down. It goes down towards half forward, or Stewart out at centre half forward now.
Yep.
Bumped Woodman off the ball. Going through nicely, good place. Shaw, is it?
Sure, yes
Shaw,
it is.
Beautiful pass. And an equally good judge mark down there, and it's been taken by...
She's going to turn around.
Tillman, is it?
Yeah, Johnny Tillman it is. Him and Gary have played terrific games today. I believe Gary's got the nod in my book, but Johnny Tillman played very well. And it didn't put Shaw run through the centre. He sorted a few out there too, Barry, because he runs through with a bit of pace and a bit of vigour. And here comes Tillman. He swings away. Oh, swinging back, but too late to hit the post. Well, he looked as though he'd hooked it for a start. It swung back with the breeze, and just clipped the post, and 1 point only off the boot of Johnny Tillman. I've got him down for 1 goal 4. Can you check that, Barry?
I'll agree.
No arguments here, and could have been a star today, Johnny Tillman. 10 goals, 11, 71 to Bannockburn. Amateurs 2-4-16 on the bird. Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard.
Beautiful kick out from fullback, but Amateurs couldn't take advantage of it there through Andrews. It hits the turf now. At the bottom of the pack, we see Bannockburn. Oh, good pick up. Henderson spears a pass across the wood, centre half forward. Oh, nice mark taken down there at centre half forward for the Bannockburn side, and it's been taken for him by Rick Harding.
Yeah, Henderson, he's a good player, isn't he? He got a lot of strength. He won the footy well there and didn't waste it. Set it out in front of Harding, who was able to take the mark. And Robbie Henderson, if he kicks this, I reckon this is your goal, son. Harding. Right foot kick for goal. Lays back. It's swinging away a little. I think it might be home, though. Wait on the goal umpire. He's waiting for the all clear. He's got it. And it is a goal! Rick Harding kicks his first goal. And Bannockburn answer the Animals goal of that early stages of the third quarter, and they go to a further lead. They've gone to 11 goals, 10 on the board at 76 points on the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard, leading the Amateurs, who have got just 2 goals, 4, 16 points.
It's a very high kick then. It sort of hung in the air, didn't it? Took it a long while to make the line, but when it did make the line, well, it was
He got right underneath it, Barry, didn't he?
Yeah, he
hold it out there, and it was like one of my 3 woods when I mishit him. They just kept going up. Not very far, but up.
Right, the bounce of the ball in the centre. Oh, it's favoured the Amateurs, Ruckman in Bent, but he can't take advantage of it. Here they are, going through strongly there with the ball was Middleton, but it comes out now. Picking the ball up. Oh, nice little flick pass there. Across his teammate there in Alice. Alice goes long to the forward line, over the back of the pack. Couldn't take advantage of it down there was Harding, and it's run to the boundary line. Picked up down there by Gumley, is it? But he's close to the line. Over it goes. No, it wasn't Gumley, but anyway, he's over and out as we've got the dots and dashes on the monitor here.
I thought I was with Ronnie Brain there. Thought I had too many for a minute. That might have been Roost. No, it was Ken McCabe.
Trying to show you how Ronnie would be looking at the moment.
Yeah, all right. Boundary throw it in the forward pocket. Up they go, high in the air. It's knocked back again from whence it came. Chance for Grumley down there. He can't handle this one. Too close to the fences. Him and Rick Stasic get close to the footy. It's about 25-30 metres around from the behind post. And out of bounds she goes once more.
You thought you were eyeballing him, did you, Noel?
Boundary throw in. Up goes Big Bet, knocks it to the ground. Needs a bit of support at ground level. Ball's pushed out wide. It goes to Richardson. And that the ever reliable Richardson goes on left foot. Lovely kick around towards the centre wing position. And the mark's been paid here. And this might be 50 metres if you're not too careful there, Gary Tillman. And that's Justin Andrews taking the mark at half back.
Right, kicks the ball towards the centre. Not a very good option because there's about 4 Bannockburn players there. Rowers picks it up, dodges one, gets his boot to the ball out to half forward flank, but chipping in and taking the mark over there is Andrews. He's high handball to a teammate, puts him under a bit of pressure. Handball again across half back. They'll finish up losing this, but it's handball again. Here they come out of half back flank. Kick the ball out here towards half forward flank on the lead, and a good mark taken down here for the Amateur side, and kick forward for them by Stewart. Down towards the pocket. 50 metres out from goal, runs towards the boundary line. Bannockburn with the numbers, should keep it in, they do. Over the top to Pilgrim. Pilgrim now, down towards the centre wing, finds Woodman. Oh, he took his eyes off the ball. Allowed Stewart to get in. Oh, gee,
is that a tackle or is that a right hand?
Oh, free kick, Stewart.
He's copped the field in today, Stewart, too. And Woodman said, you might have come to centre half forward, but I'm right with you, son. I'll come out with you. I'm the centre half back at this stage of the game. And Stewart takes the kick. He punt kicks it, gets underneath it a little bit, goes to half forward. Andrews, high, can't mark. Flanagan, hand pass over the top, intercepted. Hand pass further field towards Justin Andrews, runs on it, pushed in the back for mine as he kicked. Play on the call as Gary Tillman gathers. Hand pass is smothered. Back it goes. It's close to the goal square, if you don't mind. Flick it out wide. They do Bannockburn to Flanagan. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go to the far side of the ground. He chips it out there looking for Colliger. He's got 2 to beat Colliger. Here in stripe, got 3 to beat now. Taps it back towards the fence. Can't keep it in. Little kick comes across to Danny Wilson, who takes, I reckon, his first mark of the day. I remember giving him best on ground one day last year, Barry Walker, and I think that's nearly the first time we've seen him today. Rooster, where have you been?
What will he do? Comes in, drop punt. I think he's got it. A beautiful kick, or just the opposite side. 1 point.
Just too far to the right-hand side there for Danny Wilson, the Rooster, who Look, he's a good player, but he's been out of sorts today. But he's had a few mates. I'm not going to pick on you, Danny. You've had a few China plates as we wait on Timmy Ellis to kick the ball back in the play. 77 plays 17 on the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard. And Ellis favours the grandstand side of the ground with a right foot kick from full back. Up high, almost taking the mark there. Malak Ellis did well for the amateurs. No mark paid, but a free kick picked out by Barry Walker. It has been paid by the umpire. And two players from Bannockburn actually collide there in Corey Flanagan and also Murray Travis fell over one another there. The ball's got to come back, and this looks like Martin Stewart, who's been moved out to centre half forward. And let's face it, he's been very lively early stages of the third quarter. Put you by Bird Cameron Chartered Accountants.
He's got under it too. Kicks towards the half-forward line, away from the pack. Doyle's got the ball. Handballs to a teammate. Puts him under. Oh, it's got to be down the ground.
Yeah, down the ground for that one. Yes, and he gets up and claps too. He claps Matty Pilgrim, that player there. And I think it was Schwarzer Middleton. Yeah, Schwarzer it was. Just letting Matty Pilgrim know, well done. I'd like to see the replay to see whether it was done as he kicked or after he kicked, Barry. I think it might have been as he kicked.
Well, I tell you what,
but he's earned it down the ground.
It's too high.
This is a young player in Darryl Moore. Going to come in and have the shot for goal. Look, he shouldn't miss this. Whoops, the daisy. He has. Well, he still shouldn't miss it. I didn't say he wouldn't. I said he shouldn't. And he didn't.
Cook.
The youngster there, maybe a bit of nerves. I'm not too sure. But, gee, you can't afford to miss those, son. You've got to put them through. It was a charity. It was a gift. And he missed it.
That's just indicative of the way amateurs have been playing today though, isn't it?
Yeah, 77 plays 18 on the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard. 11-11, 77 to 2, 6-18, 22 shots to 8. Can you believe that? Barry Walker, almost 3 times as many shots. And not only did he miss it, he put it back into the netball court, and the fullbacks had to run about 70 yards to get this. It's coming back now, and we'll have the kick in for Bannockburn. Look, they've been far too good so far. Let's see if they can finish it off with a big win.
Right, Ellis now kicks it out towards the half-back flank. Woodman grabs the ball, kicks from half-back flank towards centre half-forward. Good kick. Amateurs fall over at the crucial stage up there. Bannockburn get a little chip kick around the corner, but it's marked in defence for the Amateurs side by Grumley.
I reckon he's their best player, this kid. No, it's Grumley. Takes the mark, goes on the right foot towards, centre wing position. No mark taken. Malak Ellis pushes it out in front of him. He's got opposition there with Gary Ward. Ball off player's boots, just going across to the bricklayer side there. Robert Levy, good on your son. The phone number there, I just can't read it. It looks like 298 320. He's the bricklayer, and it's in front of his side. And he's a good sponsor out here too, that fella. And we're going to have the boundary throw in.
Right, a high throw in. The players set themselves bent from behind, gets a tap down, allows his teammate to run onto it, loses a ball, and he's met solidly as the ball goes across the line, and we'll have another throw in. I think you better put the binoculars up on these numbers on that side of the ground. They're very hard to see for the amateur side.
I should say they're very hard to see. The boundary umpire throws it back in. Big bent up and goes and wins this hit down too. Got it down the ground. Little kick. Goes around the boards to the, centre wing half forward flank position. But streaming out of defence, that's Ward. He's played a good game too, the back pocket player. He's as tough as they come. Kicks it back to the defensive 50. Attacking 50, in fact. Kick off the ground from the amateurs. Might have been Andrews. Picked up by Pilgrim. Pilgrim kicks the ball into the forward zone. Richardson goes back with the flight of the footy and takes a nice mark.
Right, from the defensive back pocket we see amateurs come straight down the centre of the ground, a floater up they go. Bannockburn couldn't take advantage of it, going through Shaw, but a free kick has been paid and it'll go to the amateur side, centre wing, far side of the ground. As he picks himself up, it looks as though it could be Luke, is it?
Big Bent's got the hand pass back to him now, and might well be Luke. He chips it across the middle. Rockley's time clock shows us we've gone 12.5 minutes up the third quarter. Oh, up high from behind, almost a mark to Schwarzer Middleton. Umpire said you held on to that player as you come to the ground. The player is Roweth. He takes the free kick, been a lively customer. Kicks it around the grandstand side of the ground. The chip pass is good. Timmy Ellis takes the mark, has 2 bounces. Thinks about it at the third. He's well shepherded by Henderson. He spears the pass into the forward line. Not a particularly good kick. Oh, Richardson grabs it. Is ridden into the ground, close to boundary line. Umpire said throw it in. No free kick for you, Andrew Richardson. Boundary umpire, do your stuff.
Yes, I thought Bannockburn could have made better a fist of that too, going round there as the boundary line throw in. Here it comes, thrown in. Amateurs, Malak Ellis playing a better quarter this time, but he goes straight across the ground looking for a teammate over there near the scoreboard. It won't sit for him. Allows the Bannockburn player to make up yards on him and force him over the line with the ball, and we'll have a throw in. And they didn't gain much yardage there. They've gone straight across the half-back line, probably gained, 15 15, 20 metres.
But Barry, at least they tried something there.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the kick was all right. Chris Taylor unfortunately couldn't quite pick it up. He fumbled a couple of times when he could have got hold of it. Well, at least they're trying something this quarter. Boundaries show in. Up goes Malachellus, the Raver. Got the knockout, if you don't mind. Gets it back to Pilgrim, his opposite number. He taps it back to Colliger. Colliger goes bang on right foot. Kicks the ball into the forward pocket. Looking for Henderson. Out in front of him. It slipped away. Out of bounds. Look, it's about 55 metres out from goal. And Amateurs trying everything in this quarter. At least they've shown a bit of fight, Barry. They've shown a bit of sting in their play.
Yes, and they've kept the Bannockburn side to 1 goal, this quarter. Right, from the boundary line throw in, Amateurs get it down. Malachellus again, a high kick round towards centre wing, over the line on the full, and a free kick to be taken over there for the Bannockburn side, and I think it'll be taken by Collinger.
Well, Wayne Colliger's had a pretty good day. Certainly in their best 4 or 5 players for mine, Wayne Colliger, and in the best 4 or 5 players on the ground, because it's been all Bannockburn as he chips it in right in front of the scoreboard there. 77 plays 18, as you can see on the screen, and this is Matty Pilgrim takes the mark, chips it back to Bird Cameron Chartered accountant scoreboard, I might add, chips it back towards the centre half forward position. Reynolds gets the hand pass out, put his teammate Stasek under all sorts of pressure. Bannockburn win the footy, the hand pass. Looking here, got a teammate Collinger who runs down the ground. Wayne Colliger fires at the goal mouth. He's offline, I think. 1 point only to Wayne Colliger, but he's certainly covering some territory. 1 goal to the personal tally for the player who was named in the centre for Bannockburn. I'm not sure where he's played today, Barry. He's been all around the place.
Right, from the full-back, a high kick, a lovely kick down towards the centre of the ground. Bent in front, couldn't take the mark. Coming through, Tillman gets it across, but it's Amateurs coming through. Bounce at once,
Smith
could have had another bounce. Kicked the ball down to no one in particular he's looking for, and it's Bannockburn. But they're collared. Socket off the ground here for the Amateur side. Handball gets Bannockburn out of trouble again. Kicked the ball out here towards centre wing, half-back flank. Up they go. Oh, he took his eyes off the ball, Tillman. Allowed the Bannockburn Amateurs player in Smith to come in, kick the ball to the pocket looking for Doyle, but over the line it goes and we'll have a throw in.
But the first one he's dropped, I think, Gary Tillman. He's marked everything today and been a real constructive player for the Bannockburn Tigers as the boundary show in. Oh, here he is again. Tillman takes it out of the air. If you don't mind, gives the hand pass to Woodman, who runs to the defensive 50 and kicks with the left foot towards centre wing position. No markers taken there up high. Trying to take the footy. There was Horny blow. Slapped back towards centre half forward. Cleared all players. Stewart's there. Picked up by Rooster Wilson. He goes on the right foot. Chips one into the forward zone. Hand diving onto the football. Clinging it is. Taking the mark. Well played, Rooster Wilson. Could have blazed away. Had a little bit of a look. Just put it up in the air and allowed the space for Peter Clingan to run on the footy. And if ever you want to kick a goal, Peter Clingan, now's the time, son.
Just having a look at Matty Pilgrim. How far away from the mark is he?
Not far enough, I'd suggest. He'll just come in a screen. There he is now as Clingan goes bang on left foot. The kick looks pretty good, Barry Walker, but it's just drifting away to the right-hand side, and 1 point only goes on the board.
I think you're having a bit of trouble with Ronnie Bryan eyesight up here today, aren't you?
Yeah, well, if you sit next to that bloke long enough, sooner or later you get like him, I think.
Right, from full back. The ball's kicked in. A nice kick out towards half-back flank. Up they go. Ball brought to turf. Bannockburn with the numbers over there. But they fall over. Allow Amateurs to come in. Handball looking for Wilson. But he took his eyes off the ball. Allowed Ronnie Pilgrim to come in and kick the ball off the ground. Oh, he's been penalised for
Doyle
kicking.
appealed for the free kick immediately. He looked straight up the umpire and said, "What about me hands?" And he's paid it straight away. So very efficient umpire in there. He didn't think about it. He just paid it straight away. And Lachlan Doyle, he's deep in the far forward pocket. Be a fair kick to kick this. Distance not a problem, but the angle certainly is. Comes in on right foot. It's swinging back in, but it won't even make the distance. Up high, Malachellus can't take the mark at ground level. He almost got it again.
Clingan.
Here's a flying shot from Clingan on the left foot. Wait on this one.
1 point.
He's offline again. Peter Clingan, 2 points in about 5 minutes for him.
Malachellus was a bit stiff not to hang on to that one too. Got
Little fella, he's done a bit of ruck work actually in this quarter too, Malachellus, using his spring to great advantage. But 2 goals, 8, 20 points to Amateurs. Bannockburn 11, 12, 78. On the bird, Cameron Chartered Accountants, third quarter scoreboard.
Right, waiting for the fullback to bring the ball back in. Due as it kicks the ball high, down over 50 metres to the point of the square. Up they go. In front, couldn't take the mark. There was Stewart for the Amateur side. Comes out, Horny.
Horny
blow gets a handball out to a teammate, forced to go towards the boundary line. Pilgrim using his body to shepherd there for his teammate and Travers. They get the ball back in. Amateurs now screwed. Oh, fresh air kick there by Stewart. Sees the ball dribble across the line and we'll have another throw in.
And a couple of players there having a bit of a push and a shove. Peter Klingon probably a bit disappointed on missing those goals, just a bit frustrated. Boundary throw in, taken out of the air by Bent. He's roll clean and a tackle by Big Tillman as ball spills free to Henderson, who punt kicks long with right foot towards centre wing. Looking down there for Johnny Tillman. He's beaten on this occasion by Richardson, and Andrew Richardson kicks the ball across the centre of the ground. Look, there was 3 players on one, but Collins is good enough to stand firm, take the mark, kicks in a half forward, but unfortunately streaming out of defence is Grumley, who takes a good mark and fires the Amateurs down towards half forward.
Right, the ball's kicked out towards the boundary line. Leading in the race for the ball is Andrew Smith, but it beats him across the line and we'll have a throw in. Little bit of the sting's gone out of the game, hasn't it, this quarter?
Well, Barry, I guess at half-time the margin,
10
60 points, 10 goals. Pretty hard to get much life back into it. I think the Amateurs are certainly having a bit more of a go this quarter, but the task, I believe, is absolutely hopeless, of course, because the bird hath flown.
Right from the boundary line through and up they go. Tillman gets a tap down, picked
Lovely
up here for Bannockburn. Oh, one-handed throw there, gets it across to a teammate who kicks down to the centre wing. Henderson leading in the race for the ball, but it beats him across the line and we'll have a throw in. Over on the far side, just near the scoreboard, which shows Bannockburn 11-12, Amateurs 2 goals 8.
And the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock shows us we've gone 21 minutes of the third quarter. As the boundary umpire is about to start play once more, and he does so now with a nice high throw. Gives all the ruckmen a bit of a chance here. Amateurs trying to force it forward, right or wrong. Stacking on top of the ball is Big Henderson at the base of the pack. He's in control of the footy for mine. The umpire said, no, you weren't. I'm going to ball it up. And I think Big Robbie Henderson, one of my favourite players, I think he might have been a bit lucky.
So do I. Yes. Once you pull the ball in underneath, you should be penalised. Up they go. Amateurs get the tap down to no one in particular. Bannockburn first to it. Gets it across to Pilgrim. Pilgrim now kicks down towards half forward flank. They set themselves down. Oh, big attempt to mark there by an Amateurs player. He's hurt himself. But it's Bannockburn at ground level again. Try to kick the ball off the ground. They dive on top of it. Here it comes out again. Handball over the head there of one player. It goes, and that handball was through the agency of
Bath,
was it?
Yep. Got it out wide, it's back into the pocket. This looks like College are running onto it with a right foot shot at the goal map. Wait on the goal umpire. It's a goal. It's a goal. Oh, what a beauty. Just pick him up. I'm pretty sure it was Wayne Collinger, Barry. Gee, what a goal. Lovely kick that one, running into the pocket there and was able to pop it through. Well, Bannockburn doing everything right. They can't do much wrong today.
No, just going back down there to the wing. That's a little far, yes. I'd say it's Collinger.
Yeah, it's Collinger. He's in screen there at 12-12, 84 points on the board to Bannockburn. Amateurs 2 goals, 8-20. It's 64 points, the difference on the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard. It has been a procession. It has been a blitzkrieg. Bannockburn won 7 out of 7. I'll tell you what, they're going to win 8 out of 8 as the umpire bounces it down on the centre. Up goes Big Bent, knocks it to the ground, knocked further afield by Andrews. Here it comes, Malachellis. Played a good quarter. Handballs out wide. Got a running teammate down the ground. Might have been Luke, was it? Left foot kick into the pull zone. But too good back there in defence of Bannockburn.
Oh, here's a chance.
The kick wasn't good. Picked up by Klingon. He's had a flying left foot shot. Perhaps he should be a back pocket player. He's had 3 shots for goal. Registered 2 behinds and 1 out of bounds. And out of bounds she goes. The player streaming out of defence there was Carl Dew, who intercepted very nicely.
Yes, now waiting for the ball to be kicked in. It's going to be kicked in by Murray Travis. Plays on quickly, gets it out looking for Woodman. Woodman's caught with the player coming over the back of him. They thump the ball away from him over the line and we'll have a throw in on the 50-metre line, far side the ground. Amateurs attacking half forward flank. Boundary umpire now brings it in. Woodman to do the ruck with Bent. High throw in. No one gets advantage of it there. Comes over the back. Woodman tries to pick it up. Handball's out, but it's Amateurs over on the far side of the ground. Malachellis handballs to a teammate who spins round, gets a kick straight across towards the centre of the ground. Stewart pushed onto it, takes a mark, plays on quickly, pulled over after he kicks the ball, but a good kick, and it finds Justin Andrews about 40 metres out. Plays on quickly. He's got a player in the pocket, number 24, Darryl Moore. Well, option.
We saw Darryl Moore have a shot for goal before. I think perhaps Justin Andrews should have steadied and had a go from where he was about 45 metres out. Moore is certainly on a worse angle. Looks pretty good from the camera, but the camera's not on a good angle, I can tell you if you're watching there. And here comes Daryl Moore. He missed one earlier. Let's see if he can make amends. Comes in on the right foot. Not much confidence in that kick either. Just sort of stuttered and stammered. Offline it goes, 1 point only on the board. And a promising Amateur's attack is thwarted by a poor shot for goal.
Right now, waiting for the fullback to kick this ball back in. Carl Dew playing a fullback, should chip it to Woodman, which he does. Woodman should be able to run on now. Plays on quickly, kicks it down towards centre wing. But it's Amateurs in front, take a juggling mark on the far side. I don't know what to do. Plays on quickly, gets a short kick. Malakalis runs onto it, running across half forward, spins round, handballs to his teammate. Oh, he's thumped after he kicks the ball, and a free kick should go to Doyle in the pocket.
That's
or
Chris
go
Taylor.
back to, which would be a better option, I think, for mine.
Just wait. Chris Taylor's the player in question.
I
here,
agree
Barry.
with the umpire on this, for once.
Nice to see you eventually agreeing with one umpiring decision in your long career of calling, Barry. This is the first, folks, I'll tell you.
I hope Mark Nolan listens to this tape or watches it.
Oh, all the umpires watch these ones. Here's Chris Taylor. 35 metres out. Distance shouldn't be a problem. Oh, he's got right underneath. It hasn't made the distance. It drops into the goal square. Up from
Tillman.
behind was the player that Carl Dew's taken the mark. Tillman, rather, taken the mark. Up from behind was Justin Andrews, who didn't try to punch at all. And the mark was taken by Tillman. Bit of a kick here. Is that Gary Tillman putting it out of bounds on the full?
Can we just get back to that...
Travers it was.
Cookie, can we just get back to that incident where Barry Walker did agree with the umpire? Can you remember back what Mark Osborne, the central umpire today, said before the game?
No, but I can remember this one. Here's a hand pass coming out of the fence here. Little kick. Is that from Bannockburn? Not a particularly good kick at all. Out on the full, you'll find.
Mark Osborne did say, Barry Walker's here, he'll bag me.
Barry Walker. Oh, have a look at this. You wouldn't believe this. When things are going bad, they're going bad. Brad Thompson received the free kick.
I told you, Noel.
After Barry Travers had put it out on the full.
I've
Brad Thompson's kicked one in. He's kicked it into the past players' reunion. That's where it landed. Out of bounds on the full.
As I said earlier, Noel, I've changed spots. I'm an umpire's man.
Good.
Ronnie Pilgrim pump kicks the ball from the back pocket up to the half forward. Up goes the big fella Tillman. Can't take the mark, and he slaps it away from any opponent trying to get on the footy. Tell you what, Gary Tillman, you've nearly got my votes already, and we're not going to 3/4 time. He's played a grand game.
Right now, waiting for the boundary umpire to bring it back. Bench still on the ball for the amateur side. In it comes Tillman, chips in front of him. Good tap down Tillman. Allows his Bannockburn teammate to run onto it, and this is Ronnie Pilgrim. Pilgrim's kick down to half forward. They set themselves down there. Good defensive play, Amateurs. Hit it down, going onto the ground now. Luke gets a kick down towards centre half forward. Coming out, Bannockburn couldn't take the mark. Back onto it. Handball's wide, looking for Woodman. Woodman gives it to a teammate, puts him under pressure, but he's good enough to get his kick down to centre wing. Centre of the ground. Luke chips across, takes a mark in the centre of the ground. Will put Amateurs back into attack. Goes wide for some reason. He's got a teammate over there who couldn't take the mark in number 15, Andrews. Handball's out wide. Here's a chance for him now. They chip it down where your mate, Wilson. Wilson takes a mark half forward, runs around the player on the
Here
mark.
comes the Rooster. He's played on and lined them up, and he's gone, bang, 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 bang. The Rooster has gold. It's a beauty.
Good play.
Lovely goal, Rooster.
Is he a mate of yours or what?
I've never met him, but I know he's a good bloke. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
No, he straightened up. He met that one, Barry Walker. He took the mark, played on, got around the player on the mark, and he ran home a much later goal for the Amateurs.
As Gary Ward comes off the ground for the Bannockburn side, and coming on we have Goff, is it? No, 35. Shaw, Clinton Shaw.
Clinton Shaw coming onto the ground. He's quite a big, they're a fair big side, aren't they? Bannockburn bounced down back to the centre. Bent knocks it out of the ground. They come out of the middle here too. Long kick was that Malakalis. Quite a big down towards the full forward zone. No mark taken. Punched away down there by Dew. Goes out towards Woodman. Kicks it off the ground. Heads for the safety of the fence. Wilson might be first onto it out there. He runs onto the football. Close to the boundary line. He's attacked there by Butch Shaw. The ball bounces over the top of the chainsaw advertising in the mower service. And out of bounds she goes. 85 plays, 26 on the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard. 12 goals, 13 to 3 goals, 8. At least the Amateurs this quarter, Barry, have certainly showed a bit of fight. much more than they showed in the first half.
Yes, they have. Bent from behind, gets a tap down. Amateurs with handball, get it out to a running player across
Middleton.
here, kicks it across the road, centre half forward, running back with the flight of the ball, taking a good mark there for them is Andrew Smith. Smith, get on with it quickly. Too many running down. Kick it long, which he does in towards the square. There's a chance now. They set themselves. Oh, good mark.
Andrews.
I think Carl Dew thought a little bit of hip and shoulder was going to put him out of business.
Well, he
but
pushed him straight into the footy, actually, because the ball was dropping a bit short. And here's Justin Andrews taking what was a good mark, as you call, because he was under a bit of pressure. He mightn't have got it without your help, Carl Dew. Just bumped him into it. And here's the siren's got him, I tell you, for three-quarter time. Comes in, does Andrews, lines him up. Goal umpire stands his ground. I think he's got 4 points on the board. And Justin Andrews, who's certainly been a try today for the Amateurs, one of their better players, registers his first major of the day.
Yes, that was a better quarter by the Amateurs side. They were more committed, and especially around the ball. They started to get the ball away from the packs in the centre of the ground at the boundary line throw-ins. And when they did come forward, they had a bit of system. A couple of times they just blazed the ball away. I think Bannockburn might have relaxed a little bit. They didn't attack as much that quarter, and they fiddled about with the ball a little bit across half-back, across the centre. But that quarter we've seen the Amateurs side kick 3 goals 5 to 2 goals 3. So all up, it was a better quarter by the Amateurs side, as we see the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountants said three-quarter time scoreboard. Bannockburn 12 goals 13.85. Geelong Amateurs 4 goals 8.32.
Goal kickers to three-quarter time for the Amateurs. 1 to Lachlan Dorr, 1 to Justin Andrews, 1 to Martin Stewart, 1 to Danny Wilson, the Rooster. And that's all there is. There's only 4 goals there. Whilst for the Bannockburn Tigers, Ronnie Pilgrim's got 2. Matty Pilgrim's got 1 in his 100th game. 1 goal to John Tillman, 1 to Darren Rowath, 1 goal to Rick Harding, 2 goals to Andrew Goff, 2 to Wayne Colliger, played a great game, and 2 goals to Shane Andrews. Three-quarter time, 85 plays 32. Final quarter coming right up.